Is delightful stuff. Chris Mincer is joining us, and I had some people in Coffee Talk ask, is Ray Rastelli not with the brand anymore? I said, yes. He's just taking a few extra swings on the golf course.
And spending some time with his grandbabies.
Which he loves more than life itself.
You know he loves his grandbabies. So
and
that's
he
what
will
he's
be
doing.
with us on Wednesday.
He's going to be with us
as
all
will you.
Yep, we both will be here all day Wednesday, so we're looking forward to that.
Now, Chris has been with the Rastelli family for 25 years, working with their brand, and he is also a trained butcher and a trained chef.
Yes.
Nice to have you back, sir.
Nice to see you, David.
Now, this is a choice of 8 or 16 6-ounce top sirloins with pink Himalayan salt. Now, I asked you before the show, and I'll ask you now, why pink Himalayan salt?
Well, the pink Himalayan salt, when you actually cook the steaks, we season it before we cook them, it actually gives that nice texture on top, and it actually helps sear that meat when we cook it, keeping all those juices in.
And keeps all the flavor inside. Now, if you like your steak a little more done, let it cook a little longer. It's easy for you to understand. So pick out what works best for you. We're shipping all this either now or 2/10. This will arrive in time for the big game.
It will.
Will also arrive in time for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
We're more limited in the immediate ship week, and you've already had this on the air.
We have.
Because over 1,300 have been ordered.
Yes, sir.
Auto delivery every 60 days for 1 year is popular. If you decide that you want the 8 or the 16, you can also put it on auto delivery. So even if Chris and Ray Rastelli's prices go up, and they typically will.
34% last year.
I know,
just
right?
in meat price.
Your price stays the same because you're on auto delivery. So consider the auto delivery. Now, pink Himalayan salt and top sirloin. Tell us about this top sirloin.
Well, the top sirloin is our Black Angus. This has been aged for 28 days, David, which actually, that 28-day aging, you're not going to find that in supermarkets. That's going to only be at the best steakhouses. But really, it really starts, David, a little salt, it really starts on the farms.
Needle
right?
salt.
So we go Midwest for this, for our farmers that we've been dealing with for over 48 years, David. And the reason we do that is because it's right in the corn belt.
Right.
Where the sweetest corn is. So these cattle, they free range, they actually eat all tops of grass, clean water, and then they finish them with this sweet corn that gives it that beautiful flavor.
And this buttery texture that nearly melts on your tongue.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Valentine's. This is a steak that I have for Valentine's. I don't need a filet mignon because this is so tender and so buttery and so delicious. But David, after we get it from the farms, we bring it into our butcher shop. And what we do at that point, we actually age it for 28 days before we trim it or clean it.
Oh, I've been there. I've seen it.
After 28 days, right, we actually clean it. We take every little bit of fat, every piece of gristle.
Super trim it.
Super trim. And let me just show you what you're going to get here, because this is what you get. I want to show you from end to end on this, how beautiful this steak is. Look at that. There is no fat. Look how beautiful that steak is. No fat, no gristle, end to end. And this is 6 ounces. So this is a big steak.
Now, because you're going to get this in time for Valentine's and the big game, you want to consider a kind of an upscale hors d'oeuvre. What if you did these crostinis? What is that? Is that spinach dip?
That is a spinach dip, David.
Spinach
Think
dip
about that.
topped with sirloin.
And how about, let's take one of these. Look at this. Now, you just need one thin piece on that, right, David? Because that is actually
you
just
could
perfect.
just do one, but why not do two?
And then a little balsamic glaze on that, David. And you're going to get, you'll get 10 appetizers from this for the big game.
Talk about fancy.
Absolutely.
And whether it's big game, whether it's Valentine's Day, or just a random Tuesday night, this is the steak you want. Now, if you want this delivered immediately, in the 8 count, I have 1,350. If you want the 16 count, 600 that can deliver right away. If you want it February 3rd, or February 10th, I'm sorry. 1,100 in the 8 count and 1,100 in the 16. But if you order immediate ship, this will arrive in time for the big game.
Yes.
If you order either shipment, they'll arrive in time for Valentine's Day.
And David, this was the very first steak that Rastelli's brought to QVC, and there was a reason for it, right? When they asked Ray, what steak do you always have to have at your house? Ray said, the sirloin. It has to be in my freezer because I can use it for everything. So then we became the everything steak. Right? And that's why because you can absolutely use it for everything.
Straight up protein. So versatile.
So
and
versatile.
so nice because it's so tender.
It is.
A lot of people assume that sirloin is not tender, and it is.
Well, if you have sirloin at one of those restaurants, those fast chain restaurants, and you have a sirloin and you didn't enjoy it, there's probably a reason. Number one, it wasn't probably Black Angus. Number two, it wasn't aged for the 28 days. And number three, it wasn't completely trimmed from end to end. Where you can actually, David, look at this. It's just, look, right through with a fork. I mean, that's how tender this steak is.
They also come individually packaged. So if you decide that you want to cook these, is it best to let them thaw first?
Yes, they're going to thaw in your refrigerator. If you're prepared like I'm not, you're going to get them in your refrigerator the night before. But if you forget, you can just put them in a cold bowl of water for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they'll be thawed very, very quickly, David.
And do you season them before you cook them, as you're cooking them?
So I like cooking them first. When the juices pull up, then I kind of sprinkle it with the Himalayan. But because we're using like the Himalayan sea salt, if you season both sides, a little oil on both sides, season both sides, and then sear it in the pan, it's going to help sear those juices in. It's going to give that nice texture. If you're going to use an air fryer, which people love using the air fryer, same thing, a little oil, sea salt, 8 minutes at 400, flip it, give it another 4 minutes, and you have a literally beautiful air fryer steak.
And put it in from fresh. You don't have to sear it first, right?
No, put it right air fryer right fresh.
Rachel,
from
did you
thing.
want steak? She said, please. I have a clean fork for you right here. Now, if you decide that you want to apply for a Q card and get approved, we'll take $50 instantly
Oh, that's
off your
a great
price.
deal today.
My wife just did that.
How, did
The
she?
Q card, did she
today.
get the 50?
She
yes,
got her 50.
good.
On
Because
the-
the
on
50
the-
is
on the-
great.
you know
That's
Chris,
what it's
don't
on
you?
the QB.
On the QB.
Yes.
She did that today with 103
QB's
fever.
Great. I was just sending it to my younger sister.
103
103
fever.
fever. She's ordering the QB.
Oh my
Bless
God.
her
I ordered
heart.
the QB and I got the Q card. I'm like,
Good for her.
she's committed to Q.
Bless her
She's committed.
heart,
I
and
know.
she's sick as a dog.
Oh, I hope she feels better.
Thank you
Oh, I
so
hope she
much.
feels better too. Oh my word. What a day. This fork is clean.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put-
And
I'm
I don't
gonna-
know how you like your steak, so I'll let you
You got to
just
have,
choose.
This
yeah,
is
have
great.
to have a
I
little
like,
Himalayan
yeah.
on there.
Oh my gosh, I like my steak medium rare,
Okay.
and this is delicious.
Like
I mean,
butter.
first of all, there's no question because it's Rastelli's, so you never even have to question. But tender, delicious, that great flavor,
Yes,
and then the sea salt just adds that little something extra.
it really does.
Oh, wow.
It really, really does. And listen, if you want to up, I mean, we have the big game coming up, right? And this is going to get there. How about
in 9 minutes.
in 9 minutes? But look at this.
How about a cheesesteak?
How about a classic
wow.
cheesesteak? How about we're going to do a classic because fried onions, American cheese, and then we're going to top it off because I like the cheese.
with a little extra cheese
Yes.
sauce?
Look at this.
Well,
So
I
this
think
is
that's only 4 slices. Is that even a whole?
that's not even a half.
Oh my gosh.
That's not even half. You're going to get 10 slices each of these because you're going to eat this from end to end. It is completely trimmed. I'm going to show you over the board, David, exactly
have
what
the
I
raw.
have the raw, so I
Perfect.
can show you
Amazing.
because I think it's
I'm
I'm gonna
important.
take
For
a
the
little
road.
one.
Yeah, take a
little
couple
one,
bites
too,
of the
for
road.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. If you want more, please come back.
So this is why this is so special. So when you get a sirloin at the store, you won't even recognize it because it's covered in fat and you don't see what actual sirloin looks like. What we do is we age it for 28 days. It's Black Angus. We then trim it. Our butchers touch every steak. Here's your steaks. But how about if you want to pound them out and make a brajol or a chicken fried steak, right? Right, you love that. How about strips for all your stir fries? How about cubes for the winter, right?
How about for beef stew or chili?
Exactly. Or if you're still grilling, they make great kebabs. How about sliced thin, raw, and then you just saute it with fried onions for your cheesesteaks?
I mean, come on.
There's just so many, and this is the one reason that Ray wanted to bring this first.
1,800 ordered. And if you want it delivered now in the 8 count, we have 1,200. If you want the 16 count delivered now, 500. If you want the 8 count delivered on 210, 1,000. If you want the 16 count delivered 210. We have 1,000, and we have auto delivery every 60 days for 1 year. This is going very quickly, and we are very, very busy. You will get 1 package of Himalayan sea salt, pink Himalayan sea salt, per 8 steaks.
Per
Yes?
8 steaks, correct.
And these are resealable packages.
They are. And honestly, I put this in my salt and pepper shaker.
Do you?
I do. I take the pink Himalayan, put that on the table. Woo, you talk about having some talk.
Oh,
put in that salt and pepper because it's so good with everything. It's great with these steaks, but it's also so good with everything else. So I put it right on the table. But this is how it's going to come, David.
Right.
As you know, everything is vacuum sealed. It keeps all the freshness out, all the bacteria out. And the one thing that we love about this, it's going to stay in your freezer for 12 months. And look how thin that is. So you can get that. You can put these in the nooks and crannies, David. Right.
And cooks very quickly because it's thinner.
Yes,
right?
it's going to cook. I mean, literally 3 to 4 minutes on each side.
Now,
it's done.
you have a little piece here that is calling my name.
But every single piece, David, is going to be just like this. It doesn't matter which one I cut, but look how beautiful that is. Every single piece, you're going to look at that. You're going to eat this from end to end. They are just absolutely perfect. And then they slice like butter.
I mean, if you're just
like
serving
butter.
this with mashed potatoes and green beans, and it's a perfect protein, right?
Yes.
I like 2, please. And if you are planning to cut this into strips and make a stir fry, pound it, make a brajol
Yes,
with
you
your
can-
Sunday sauce.
Yes. So, David, anything that you use beef with, you're going to be able to use this sirloin steak.
You're
Because
doing a steak salad.
I am doing a steak salad, David, because this is one of my wife's favorite. And I have to make this because whenever we have a salad, we want protein. And this is just so easy and quick because I can have
Bless
it.
her heart, she's ill today.
I know. And I can have this on the table, David, literally within minutes. I mean, I cook these right in the saute pan during the winter. They come out beautifully. And if you want, you can even finish it in the oven. But look at that. I mean, it's just, and it's
it looks so fancy, Chef.
it's so simple. And how about this? How about the chicken fried steak, right, that we talked about? Look how beautiful this is. How about that little bit of that country gravy, David?
How about a little bit of that gravy?
Look at that. But look
I
how
wouldn't mind pork
beautiful
gravy
that
on
is.
that. That would not hurt my feelings at all.
That
Beef gravy, be fine.
You can do anything with that because it's just going to soak up all that flavor in that light breading. But these are
word,
just
so good.
I mean, they're just so tender. I mean, it's just
And they're so versatile. I think versatile is the watchword here. You're going to be able to use them for so many of your recipes. I mean, if you're making tacos with these, invite me. I'll help you eat them. And if you're making chili out of this, I hope you will not forget your tall friend David, because I am ready to eat some chili with these hunks of really good sirloin inside.
And I just went through the middle of that, just with this fork. That's how tender these are. And you don't usually get that from a sirloin. But when you have a Rastelli sirloin that we age for 28 days, and we literally hand trim each one to make sure everyone's just perfect, that's what you're getting when you get a Rastelli sirloin.
Well, over 2,000 are gone now. We are very, very busy. If you want the 8 count delivered now, we have 1,000. If you want the 16 count delivered now, 400, all I have left. If you want the 8 count delivered on 210, 1,000. And if you want this 16 count delivered 210, 1,000 to go around. And we have auto delivery shipping every 60 days for a month, or 6 days for a year, I should say. We are very, very busy, and per 8 steaks, you will get a package of the pink Himalayan sea salt, and this is perfect. Chris Mincer, always good to see you, sir.
Good to see you as
Thank
well,
you, and we'll
David.
see you Wednesday, if not before.
Yes, sir. I'll be here
All
tonight.
right, looking forward to it. Now, we are just moments away.